Hey all, 118 Seth Shadow here. So let's go ahead and get into today's market watch. No really big news that has rocked things. The last thing we really saw from Bushiroad was the announcement of Sorairon, as well as some new interesting things about Mask. In addition, of course, to the reprint of Mask of Hydragoom that's coming in DivineZ 6. So for today, it's just going to be more of a overview of things that are just moving. First thing I want to cover is Elbard X Striker. I suppose one thing that I didn't really get to talk about was that there aren't new encounter boss direct upgrades for anything besides Vermilion and Maelstrom for DivineZ 6, but they did actually announce Battle Sister Cocoa as well as a support card for Dayusha. So we could see some movement on Cater Sanctuary as well as Dayusha support, so that's something else to be aware of. Elbard X Striker is inadvertently affected by this too, and it's currently at 4 listings for its triple rare. This is from Festival Collection 2023 and has no other prints right now. $25 all the way to $50 among the total of 7 copies amongst 4 listings. Knight of Piercing Kadwala. This is a card that was initially introduced with the Skyfall Executor's starter deck for Rika, for Youthberg. There are 4 different copies of this. One also comes out of Festival 2023, which is currently bought out to $25, and the foil from the trial deck is also bought out to about $25, but their market prices are far lower. Overall market pricing is on a low of just over $5, and you can buy this card for as low as $3.50 right now, not considering shipping. Another card is Detour Together LV, which only comes out of Lyrical Set 2. This card has been seeing buyouts here and there, but it looks like the double rare has a lot more copies back on the market now, but it's starting close to $5, whereas the market price is almost $10. And the SP only has 1 listing at $20, where the market price is about $9.50 as well. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for this card. Then there's also Privilege Potential Fennel, which is a Celestial support card from Lyrical Set 2. This one has been up and down in value as Celestial continues to get new support. And right now, the triple rare is at $4.30 for its base with 18 listings. Not selling too much on the market price. It's been on a decline from the $7 range to $6.24. And in terms of availability, there are a number of them available from $5 to $6 right now. There's also Beware of Overeating Eileen, which is a very generic option for Lyrical Monasterio right now. It has a double rare from set 2, as well as a reprint in Festival 2023, where the card is around $10 to pick up, and relatively stable around its price given its base listing and its market price being $9 to $10. You'll see this move here and there, given that it's a pretty nice rearguard that just lets you look at the top and control your deck's top deck, which allows you to scry for triggers. Another thing I want to talk about are the oldest perfect guards for D Standard that come from Genesis of the 5 Greats Set 1. Some of them are still in the dollars range, like Twin Buckler Dragon for Dragon Empire has a low listing in the $3 range and a market price that's also there. And the market price has not really shifted out of the $3 range for the last several months. Because this is an older card, there are a number of lightly played copies that are on the market, but the vast majority of them are around $4 to pick up, and this is just a rare. There's also Planar Prevent Dragon, which has a low of $2.25 for Stoichia, and we've got listings that are all at a low of 2, and there is some consolidation once we start to get to the $3 range, including shipping. In comparison, though, if you look at Fated Clash, which is DivineZ Set 1, all the perfect guards here have market prices that are all underneath $1, although Honeycomb Thuris is at the highest on its market price at 90 cents, so it's actually close to $1 there, but the lowest listing is 25 cents. But when it comes to Guardian Monk of Raging Flames Monju, its low listing is now 97 cents. So just be aware, while all these perfect guards share the same overall effect, Some of them are higher valued, some of them are lower valued, but the newest ones all tend to have overall lower values if you're looking for budget. Destin 1 of Infinity Levy Dress is now the most popular triple rare to pick up from Destin Showdown, DivineZ 4. The only one that's above $10 at this point. 10 listings left on the market starting from $12, and the market price is currently in the $11 range. And the lowest listing has 8 copies to pick from. After that, it begins to move back up to 13. So, not immensely high, but as we get closer to DivineZ 5, we could see another increase in value. Overflowing Happiness Nostria, which is Luticia's biggest support card from Lyrical Set 3. This card has seen very high valuation on the secondary market recently, with only 3 listings starting from $87. And in terms of what's actually been selling, we've seen a high sale in the last 3 months at $60 and low at $25. Taking a look at that in a bit more detail, it sold from the end of October, and we've seen $50 sales on this card. Despite the fact that Luticia is not a big meta contender for the format, it's still one of the most popular lyrical cards on the market at this point. So it's no surprise to see that Nostria is seeing some pretty high valuations as its biggest support card. In contrast, for Kyoka, we have Blue Frontier Archie, which also has some decent valuation, but in comparison to Nostria, this is nowhere near the same. 10 listings starting from $16, and the market price has been holding in the $20 range. And overall, with more copies on the market and the lowest listing having the most copies right now at 16, it's not nearly as expensive to pick up as Luticia is. And overall, I would say that Kyoka has a lot more flexibility and playability right now. Ultimately, I think it's more fun to play Kyoka, but I like Luticia's artwork a whole lot more, so that's also a factor. Amicable Maiden Alvina, which has been one of the biggest generics you can pick up from DivineZ 3, has seen some stability. Now the triple rare is around $15, $16 to pick up, while the silver rare is holding in the $20 range, and then the FFR currently has a low of $45, but a market price of $61. But all of the listings are above 10 listings overall, so it's much easier to pick up than it would when it was just getting bought out all the time. One thing I want to note about the Festival 2024 trigger reprints, when you take a look at most of the critical triggers here, you can see that their market prices are all around or above 50 cents right now. So, despite the massive amount of reprints that we've had with a lot of triggers between Set 1, Set 6, the Festival boosters, and Fated Clash, which is Divine Set 1, also all the starter decks, we still have critical triggers mostly sitting around 50 cents for most of the listings that are available. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to pick these up. Azure Sky White Scale, Asperonia, and Saphira. This has been getting a lot of hype recently, where now it's down to 3 listings on its triple rare and starting from $40. The high sale we've seen is $40, and sales have been picking up on top of the market price, which is now about $28.50. And there's only 1 listing left at $40. After that, it becomes a $50 plus card. There's hype for this around Levidris and then Night Rose, which is going to be coming for us next year. But on top of that, we've also got Galleon Mechanical Agility, Faldrosa, and Leal. This card has been the dual nation that has been holding its value in the $20 range for quite a while, but it looks like it's starting to move upward, with 5 listings as low as $39, and the high on this one is now $30. After $39, we're moving all the way up to $65. So, yeah, Festival 2024, I've been saying that the dual nations are going to be giving this a lot of value, and the dual nations are really moving up now. The only exception up to this point has been the Dragon Empire Stoichio one, which is still underneath $10, but all the other ones are at least $20 to pick up. Battle Siren Elf Eltheria. So this is from DivineZ 2, and it hasn't been seeing as much attention, so I wanted to cover this because its value has been increasing recently. The number of sales has not been really high, but the market price is now almost $2, but the lowest listings on this are now $4.50 to $5. Probably due to Glory Maelstrom's hype as well, but I would watch out for this one as we're down to 5 listings and the price is going up. And because it's from DivineZ 2, that's going to contribute to its value, similar to how we saw regular set 7. Great Sickle of White Flesh Baldrade. Thanks to Impaldo, we're seeing more of an increase in value on this card. Now the triple rare's base value is 40, while the silver rare is 45, and we have less than 10 listings altogether between the two of those. The double frame rare is currently at 6 listings, starting from $60. There's also Fame Blazing Demonic Lady Orions, which I predicted this one would eventually just move back down in value because as much as players continue to pick this up, ultimately I just don't think it sees a lot of play in decks overall. But it seems like the opposite has been happening, and it's been holding around $15. The market price is currently $13, but there are only 2 listings at around $15, $16 again, and now they're moving back up to $19s. So, not sure what's happening on that front. I guess it's more or less experimentation, but ultimately this should go back down. Now I'm starting to lose confidence in that prediction. And my last card for today is from set 11, Sweet Honey Garden. In particular because I noticed that the rare version of this card is down to 5 listings. Now this card got support when we saw the new Blitz Order support archetype Velanos from Fated Clash, but since then, it hasn't been seeing a lot more traction, but now the market price on the rare of this is above $1, and there are 5 listings on the rare from $175. Notably, the FR is around $4 with a market price of 5, and it has 13 listings. As for how the rare is moving, the market price has been moving upward, and we've been seeing some sales of this card above $2 recently. And now they're consolidated around $2.50. So I'm not really sure what's been happening with Sweet Honey Garden, but suffice to say, you're going to want to keep an eye on this one, because since this is from set 11, which saw lots of printing and cracking open, to be down to 5 listings is pretty alarming in terms of just where this card can end up going. If you have copies of this, I'd say put them on the market, because you can probably get at least dollars for this card now. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.